Hello everybody, this is Kyrix with another edition of This Week in Kyrix. Today is Wednesday, March 3rd, no, I'm sorry, March 8th of 2017. This is actually take two because when I tried this a couple minutes ago, my phone rang and I had to answer it. It wasn't even for me, it was the wrong number. But yeah, let's jump straight into Heroclix. So, Kyrix, how did Heroclix do? Well, let me tell you. We just, as of last week, had the release of the Deadpool and the X-Force set. A lot of fun, that set. Very fun. And, oh, I've been doing the coffee seed thing. And basically, each set has a main theme, in this case, Deadpool comics and the X-Force X-Men special team. But it's also got lots of side things, and in this case, one of the side things is a team called Ecstatics, which is basically reality show corporate X-Men kind of thing. You know, like just characters that no one's ever fucking heard of unless they read those comics. I jokingly described them as the X-Men's low-budget Great Lakes Avengers knockoff. You know, but those, I'm pretty sure I talked about it last week, that I pulled Dead Girl, a super rare from that set, and from that team. There are 5 members, to the best of my knowledge, of Ecstatics. At least in this set, there are 5 of them. There is Orphan, who is the leader. I have no idea what his powers are in the actual comics. Anarchist, I think I kept calling him Anarchy. And Anarchist's thing is acidic sweat. And apparently he can also shoot energy beams, or maybe it's acid sweat, I don't fucking know. But he's the only shooter on the whole team. Dupe, who looks like a demented Slimer. Dead Girl, whose powers kind of speak for themselves, really. And Yugo Girl, who, I guess she teleports? I don't know. But she seems to be the transportation of the group. Stop! I want this one. What's in here? It's been a while and I've been playing my own copy of or not my own copy, but my own file of Stardew Valley, so I have no idea what the fuck's going on. Okay, anyway. I had an instant connection with the way the team played, so I'm like, oh, I kinda want to play these guys. So what ended up happening was, I tried to make arrangements with our judge to get them, but he had a busy work week, so he wasn't able to look through his stuff to see if he had extras, or even to let me borrow the ones he did pull. But I got there, and fortunately, this couple who plays, and bought a bunch of shit last week, happened to have all of theirs with them, and loaned me 2 of the 5, the ones that I don't have. And then, Judge showed up with his roommate, and the roommate had the last one, Orphan, for me to borrow. And I already had Yugo Girl and Dead Girl, so I got to play Ecstatics. And I did not do so well, but it is not so much a thing against the team as it is against one of their particular characters. And I'll explain why. Basically, how it played out is... Let's see here. Actually, I do kind of want one of those and one of these. How it played out is we played at 400 points. 4 of the 5 members of Ecstatics have a static point cost, which is, if you want to play Dead Girl, you're paying 75. If you want to play Anarchist, you're paying 75. If you want Yugo Girl, you're paying 40, etc. But the 5th member, Dupe, has 2-point dials, which is not unusual. It happens all the time. Technically, it dates back to the very first set of Heroclix. And Dupe can be played at 90 points, which I did, or 35, which I did not. And therein lies the problem. If I played him at 90 points, or if I played him at 90 points, I would be approaching, the 300 point, or the 400 point limit. Basically, they got me to about 350, with all of them and Dupe at 90 points. However, if we played at 300, which was what we're going to try and do next week, then I can play Dupe at 35 and be 5 points under at 295. As it was, I was 50 points under, and I made up for that by putting in a team ability, or an ATA, which is useless, actually, because half the team doesn't deal with hindering anyway. Like, one of them phases and never loses that power. One of them flies, and one of them just ignores hindering outright. Actually, I'm sorry, two of them fly. The only one who needs to worry about it is Anarchist, because Dupe flies, Dead Girl flies, Yugo Girl teleports, or phases, and Orphan ignores hindering to begin with. So, kind of a wasted ATA, but I needed to make up points. And I threw the Symbiote in there, which is a 6-point thing. And the problem is Dupe. Dupe is not that great at 90 points. Basically, Dupe does... He sidesteps, which is a free 2-space movement. And he has Invincible for all but his last click, which means he can tank a fuck ton of damage. He can take 6 clicks, or he can be hit for 6 and take 3 of it. You know, he cuts it in half. But the problem is, he doesn't really do anything for those extra 55 points. He just doesn't. He does not, in any way, shape, or form, justify that shit. Did I already... I think I did. And like I said, therein lies the problem. He doesn't earn his fucking keep at that point value. Whereas at 35, he starts still with Invincible, still with Sidestep, never really loses those powers. But he picks up probability control. His stats tank. Like, his defense stays good, but his attack and damage are garbage. But he's not an attacker. Whereas at Top Dial, he's designed to punch the shit out of things. Except he has no move and attack. The basic thing is carry him close, let him sidestep and punch. And it's kind of a waste. So Dupe, being at 90 points, presents 3 problems. Well, 3 problems. One, he does not punch at 90 points. He does not have a 90-point stat block. He does not justify those stats. So, you kind of waste it if you use it. Secondly, in 400-point bracket, which you have to play if you want to play all of Ecstatics and Dupe at 90, he doesn't even get you to 400. He gets you to 350, which means you're still going to have to double up on fucking Yugo Girl. So you'd have 2 Yugo Girls in your team at that point. And there's nothing that says... Well, there are tournaments, but there's nothing that says you have to play Highlander rules, which is there could be only one. Meaning 1 Anarchist, 1 Yugo Girl, 1 Dupe, 1 Orphan, 1 Dead Girl. Whereas you could have like 30 ninjas, because ninjas are generic. But there's nothing that says you have to do that, unless your tournament specifically does. We tend to operate on those rules anyway, but it's not necessary to do that. If you get what I'm getting at here. But that's problem number 2. But problem number 3 is because Dupe alone pushes them into the next 100-point bracket, that gives your opponent 100 more points to do shit that they can't cover. So I had a decent showing yesterday. I'm going to say that right out. I had a pretty decent showing, all things considered. But I did not have a good 400-point showing. But I think that Ecstatics will really shine in a 300-point bracket. And I think I said I didn't have a good 300-point showing. I didn't have a good 400-point showing. I think 300 points is where they're going to shine. Because at 300 points, I can play the whole team. I can play Dupe at his mini-dial. I can still play the Symbiote and be 1 point over, because we generally have a 10% rule. Where you can be like 10% over. So at 300 points, it can be 3 points over. 500 points, 5 points over, etc. We generally operate on the 10% rule. Because we're not super sticklers for shit like that. And the other problem is Dupe has a power that I did not realize worked the way it worked. And let me clarify that in a minute. Dupe has a power where you give him a power action and roll a d6. Don't worry about what a power action is. It's just basically... It's like in D&D. You can have a move action, an attack action, a free action. You know, well... In this, you could have a close combat action, a ranged combat action, a move action, or a power action. And free actions, of course. Like sidestep. And you give him a power action, you roll a d6, and whatever comes up is what he does. Like, one of them is he can He moves everybody with him and everyone next to him one space over. Or he pulls everyone within 4 squares to him. Or he does something to someone's stats, or he fucking throws hammers. Not just any hammer, Mjolnir. The problem is, he can do this without headline tokens. And if you don't know what headline token is, don't worry, it came out in this set. Basically, some characters have an effect where if they do something, they get a special token. Not just an action token, a special token. Like, battlefield promoting characters would get a promotion token, and when they get a certain amount, they can start rolling dice and bump up to the next block. But, speedsters have speed force tokens where they get faster and they do other stuff. Well, ecstatics, every time they hit, don't have to damage, just hit. Every time they hit, they get a headline token, and what it does varies from person to person. Dead Girls is by far the best. Dead Girls is, once she has a single headline token, she regains a click every turn. At the start of her turn, just heal her. And there's a lot of fun you can have with that because she has sidestep on her lower dial. So what I'll do is, because order of operations is whatever you want it to be at the start of your turn, meaning you don't have to do everything in a specific order, you can choose. So generally with Dead Girl, if she's on her second click, I will sidestep and then heal her up to her third or her first click so that she can then start using her better stats. Anyway, that's Dead Girl's power. Anarchist has poison. That's his main power. And what his headline token does is, if I remove one, he can then deal penetrating damage, meaning damage reducers aren't going to stop his poison. Also, I forgot to mention, Dead Girl, if she has exactly 3 tokens or more, when she dies, instead of dying, she goes to click 3 and removes all her headline tokens. Which is cool. Yugo Girl can remove a headline token and move as get a move action specifically, but do it as a free action. Orphans is kind of cool, but ultimately useless because he doesn't have any range. What Orphan does is I can remove any number of headline tokens I want, and he will roll an extra die for his attacks for each one. Like if I remove 3 headline tokens, I'm rolling 5 dice, and then I pick 2 of those dice to be my attack roll. And if I do that, no one else can re-roll it. You know, like, I'm gonna prob that crit. No, you're fucking not, because Orphan. But keep in mind, to do that, he has to hit 3 people. So it's kind of a bitch to do that, but I'll get into what... There's actually a side to that. He has a power that lets him take, at the start of your turn, take 1 token off another ecstatics person and put it on another one. Like, I can take a token off of Orphan and put it on Yugo Girl. Or take a token off of Yugo Girl and put it on... God, who is it? Put it on Anarchist and so forth, you know. That's something I can do. It's very, very useful. For obvious reasons. More importantly, what I'll do is I'll usually take tokens off of Anarchist and put them on Dead Girl. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The point to this story is Dupe's power is that, and he can't be re-rolled unless he removes a headline token. I thought he had to have headline tokens to do it. So through 2, well not 2, I wasn't playing in the first one. So through the whole fucking tournament, I didn't realize he could do that because Dupe never really had a headline token. And when he did, I took it off and put it on fucking Dead Girl. You know? So, that's something I'll remember to do next week, if I go. It's not like, oh, I might not show up. No, if I don't show up, it's because my appointment ran too long, because I got a doctor's appointment that day. I would love to make it to Clicks, to the point where I will tell the judge, like, hey, I'm going to be about a half an hour late. Can you either delay or give me the bye round? You know, because I really want to be a part of this, and I can't because reasons. You know. And anyway, I basically made arrangements with everyone there to, again, loan me ecstatics, and I'll bring my symbiote this time. Because I didn't bring in yesterday. I just proxied him in, because we allow that. For one thing, everyone knows I have the damn thing. It's just I left him at home. And for another thing, we're not really sticklers on that. Like, if I didn't have it at all, I could borrow it. I've done it before. Hell, I borrowed half my fucking team yesterday. And the judge borrowed his entire team, because one of our players, thankfully, didn't show up, the one I hate. Yeah, I was scheduled to have him in the first round, and he didn't show up, so I was going to get the bye. And judge's like, you know, unless you want me to fucking borrow figs to make a team, I'm like, yeah, I need to break this team in. I don't know how to play them. I have played one person on this team, you know? He's like, you really want me to play? I'm like, yeah, I need to warm up. I need to know what I'm doing. Is it blackberries or something? There's something, some third thing, because there's always a third thing, that I need to find here for the summer bundle thing. Big old bundle of the summer. At least I think there's 3. I'm pretty sure. Actually, I can check. Doop, 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 doop. Yeah, bundle is complete. Don't care. I keep forgetting I can do this. No, not fish tank, you whore. This one. Yep, it's like blackberries, or maybe it's grapes. I don't know. And I don't care. But anyway, I will remember to bring the symbiote this time. I'll remember how dupe works and all that fun shit. It'll be great. It'll be great! So, yeah. And that was Heroclix. And I have, there we go. Perfect. That's exactly what I needed. So, yeah, I've been recording Resident Evil Revelations 2. And I'm gonna buy it. As soon as, basically my mother is helping me out with my rent this month and giving me a little extra. Which I didn't ask for, but I absolutely appreciate. I'm going to take that and get Res Rev 2 so I can own it, because I intend to take that to the barbecue and play with my friend. It's going to be great. I also will have enough money to make my Star Trek tournament this month, so I'm going to take that, get that money out of the bank, put it aside, and so that when, I think it's the 24th, 25th comes along, I'm just going to go straight up there like, I'm here for the Star Trek! Bring me the nerd game! You know, I love me some nerd shit. I really do. It's one of my joys in life. I have many of those, though. Many joys. And that's actually a very important thing, to have things that give you joy. People are so fucking cynical. It upsets me. It truly does. You know, to see how joyless certain people can be. You know. My friend, who actually does support Trump, but not for anything he does, but for what he's going to do. Basically, he's a fucking nihilist. He wants to, you know, to see the world burn, and he thinks Trump's going to accomplish that. He wants to see shit collapse, and that's why he supports Trump. But he made a comment that I really can't disagree with, which is that Trump has actually been very good for Heroclix, because since he came into power, we have had like 4 new players that have not only shown up, but kept showing up. Because that's the thing, we've had people show up before, but then they leave. You know, like they'll come the first week, we give them a bunch of stuff, they might show up a week and then not come back. But we've had consistent people, like we had the new kid, we had the couple, had 2 other guys, and then we had another guy show up last week that came back this week. We got another guy that's going to show up. We've had like a half dozen new people. Which, hey, good. I like that. I like that we're getting new people. We need some new blood in Heroclix. You know. We just need some fucking people. Alright, anything else in here? This is a thing. This is a thing. This is a thing. So let's put these back for now, because I don't think I have the rest of it. Do I even have a furnace? Yeah, it's right where I usually leave it. Okay, cool. Alright, now at some point my stated goal will be to get... Actually, let me check something here. I want to see what'll get me the thing I want. Because there's a special item. What's it? Crystallarium or something like that? And I can get one for free. Normally I think it takes like a block of iridium or something like that. But I can get one for free by completing a certain community center thing, and I want to find out which one it is, because I have a thing. I have a chart here that'll tell me. Ah, the bundles, that's what I know. Where are my bundles? Show Kyrix the bundles. Come on, you bastards. I'm trying to get a bundle list here so I can see which one. There we go. It's gonna be the boiler room. Nope, not that one. Not that one. No, that was not at all what I thought it was. Maybe the pantry? It's a keg. Probably the crafts room. I'm sorry about this. Charcoal kiln. Autumn's bounty. Why are winter seeds a thing? The vault. It's probably the vault now that I think about it. It is the vault. It's for 25,000, which I can actually do. Not right now, but it'll come soon enough. Okay. So yeah, my goal is to get a single block of quartz and then 25,000 monies. And once that happens, I can pay the 25,000 thing, and then I can dupe that quartz forever. Why is that a thing, you ask? Because once I can start duping quartzes, I can start making more quartzes. Yeah, see, there's a plot. There's a reason for my insanity. And that reason probably has something to do with all the shit I eat. But yeah, I just need one. Ooh, amethyst. I just need. No, you missed. I just need a single quartz, just one, and I can make an infinite number. There it is, too. I don't even have to go anywhere. Just gonna grab this copper. Ooh, I can get 2 quartzes. Yay, quartzes. Now, the reason that I'm going after these is because you can make quality sprinklers with it. And I have actually, on my own file, got a system where I basically have 48 quality sprinklers set up. I think I can get... You okay, Maya? Hey, let her go. Where I can just get... what is it? 348 crops. Or 384. 384 crops going at a time that I don't have to do shit to. And as you can very well guess, I make an obscene amount of money doing this, you know. My goal is to have a setup similar to that. Maybe not to that extent, but a similar setup to that by the time that I don't need money. And also, it's bullshit that was a thing. Oh, you can't pick this up. It doesn't even go in my inventory, you bastards. But yeah, I want to have that set up by spring. And if necessary, I'll just fucking plant coffee beans, you know? Just plant a buttload of coffee beans and just go to town. Now, to be fair, that first day will fuck me over real bad. But that's the reason I got this now, because as you may recall, to make a quality sprinkler, you need an iron ingot, a gold ingot, and a processed quartz, a refined quartz, rather. So, yeah. And this will basically get me most of that. Oh, see, there's plenty of them right there, but I'm gonna need more. So many more. Like, more than is reasonable. Stop. Sell all this shit. Anything else I don't really need? No, we'll just go with those. But yeah, if I can get that... No! Give me those. If I can get that particular ball rolling, then I should be good. And like I said, the first day will suck, because especially the first day of spring, because I've got to re-plow the whole field, clear out all the debris, plant new fertilizers and shit. Like, one trick I've actually come to do is in spring, plant renewing shit, you know, like shit that grows back. And then in summer, for example, if I've planted coffee, just leave the coffee up. And if, let's say I pull up parsnips, plant coffee on the last harvest of those so that I can, so that when summer comes around there'll be plants there that I can just cut down, which means the fertilizer will stay and all that other shit. Likewise, for summer I can either plant new coffee or leave corn up or something, and in fall it doesn't matter because the whole thing's going to be covered in snow for 28 days anyway. So, that's the thing. Ooh, I just need one more of those. And then I can do awesome shit. But yeah, as for the quality sprinkler thing, I can buy silver and gold. And I'm gonna, because when blueberries come in, I don't know if I've gotten far enough to show off a blueberry harvest. Today's the luau, right? Please tell me today is the fucking luau. Because I'll be sad if I just slept through the fucking luau. Because that's a good way to get some free points from people. Eyes waiting. But, yeah. Once the blueberries come in, they will give me so much money disproportionate to what I've planted. You know? Like, there's a reason that I do blueberries and nothing else. Because A, they grow in fast. B, they keep growing. C, they grow back fast. And D, you don't pick a blueberry. It's very rare that you will get a blueberry. You will get like 2 to 5 blueberries that all vary in quality. You know, like I could get a bunch of golds out of it. Oh good, the luau is today. Just checking. So yeah, when you get blueberries, they come up in chunks, in bunches. And they're only worth like 30 each, but consider... Like I said, the average is about 4. That's 120 per blueberry thing, and that doesn't even factor in extra qualities. You know? There is absolutely nothing that says that I won't get, like, 2 gold out of that. I mean, like, I will plant, say, a row like this. You can very well expect me to have 100 blueberries each harvest. So that's 3 grand right there. Like it's not uncommon when I pull up Blueberry Harvest to have 4 and 5 digit payouts that day. There is good shit with blueberries. So the idea is that this is a low maintenance, fucking no maintenance, cash crop. And once I have my crystal thing, well, first off I'll have my blueberry thing. So those will pull in the money I need. Once I have the money I need, I'll get that crystal thing, pop a quartz in there, and now I have an unlimited supply of quartz, because it will make them about once a day, forever, you know? And with a forever supply of quartz, then I just need the gold and the silver ingots. Or is it iron? It's iron, sorry. Most games have silver, okay? This is the one that's like, hey, silver tools kind of suck dick. Still doesn't explain why the gold tools are better, though. Because gold tools suck even more dick. But that's neither here nor there, I guess. But anyway, I could just buy those with the sizable chunk of money I will have from all these blueberries. You know? I think they'll pop in fully on like day 14, and then I can start selling shit. Like I said, goal 1 is to get all the things. Matter of fact, what I'll probably do is get the 25,000. Get enough to make a single iron and gold ingot, pop in the bronze ingot, or the copper ingot, and get the thing to pop up. Get my crystal thing, and then future harvest will be about getting those things set up. You know, getting the whatsits. The plots of land, as they were. Now he's even worse, Dancer, because I threw off his rhythm. I'm sorry you've thrown off the Emperor's groove. It's kind of funny that I like Abby, but I never make any attempts to romance her. I've got Haley at 8 hearts and like her sister at like 6 on my own file. The reason I have Haley on 8 not 10 is because I haven't girlfriended her yet. You know? But yeah, this is, I'm playing the long game here. Once I get all these quality sprinklers up, I can expand my fields to ridiculous degrees, and then I won't be using up energy anymore, so I can actually start doing shit in the mines. And saving money in the long run. Because right now, it's like 150 per iron, so you need 5 of those. That's, what, 750 or something? Yeah, like 750 per ingot. And gold's 400, so that's going to be fucking 2,000 per ingot that you make. And that doesn't even count the coal that you've got to either buy, make, or find. So, once I can get deeper in the mine, I can just start pulling gold and shit up. You know, like, I actually, I found out something fun. When you fix the bus, they sell Omni Geodes in the desert, and I bought a whole bunch of them. Ended up getting a bunch of iridium out of it, you know, so that was fun. I also got a prism stone, which, a prism stone, if you take one to the desert and stand in the ring of, like, pillars, you will get the galaxy sword, which, at least, to the best of my recollection, before, like, the most recent update, at least, was the best sword in the game. So at that point, you don't need to stock up on weapons anymore, because the thing does, like, 80 damage, or something, potentially. It's the one-shot weapon of choice. Hi, Winkles. Come here. Let me get your drawer out. Good girl. Come here. Winky, get in your spot, baby. Come here. Hi, Willow. It's kind of funny. Every time I pull this drawer out for Winkles, Willow gets on it. And Winkles is like, damn it, that's my spot. I'm old. No, stop it. Stop batting at shit. You're not on the desk to bat at Daddy's stuff. You're on the desk to be near me and get cuddles. Betsy's actually started getting up here. She's, I love her to death, but she's so timid. Not in the scaredy cat kind of way. She's not one of those where she's terrified of her own shadow. She's timid in the way that she doesn't want to do a lot of the shit that the other cats just take for granted. You know, like she doesn't necessarily. The other 3 cats, when they want attention, they will come right up to me, whatever. Whereas Betsy just kind of slinks in. Betsy can literally be sitting next to me for half an hour before I even notice she's there. And usually I notice she's there when I stretch or roll over or something and smack her in the face. Because she will just quietly slink up and just be near me when she probably wants attention or petting, but she's not going to ask for it kind of thing. I'm trying to get her to open up, you know. Like, even the dog does. The dog, actually... the dog will come up and want attention when one of the cats is. And not in the jealous way. I want to make that clear, because that's something I do not put up with, is the jealous animal trope. Where, you've probably seen them in a multiple dog household. When you pet one dog, another dog will come up and like, no, pet me. To the point where they will literally nuzzle your hand away from the other animal that you're petting, because they're the only one that gets attention. And I don't put up with that shit. And I'll be damned if I let any of my animals do that. So, Maya does not do that. And in the rare cases where she tries to, like, for example, sometimes it's just her, and I'll pet her and stop, and she'll try and get me to pet her again with her head, and I'm like, no. You learn. I control the petting. You know? If I'm done petting, I'm done petting. Don't try and bully me into it. Don't rape my hand, dog. So yeah, got some Res Rev to do. I've been watching Smile HD reactions. Because that's something I always avoided, because I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be horrifically gory and all that shit. Which it is, but not in a truly horrific way, at least not by my standards. But I don't know what started the chain reaction, but I've been watching it, because it is the funniest thing in the world to watch people lose their shit over this damn thing. Alright, but anyway, I've run out of things to say, so we're just gonna pop in here and be done. I will. So thank you for joining me. See you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.